Moving into a seated series, we're going to begin with boat pose. So, you're going to bring your feet to the floor with a mat in front of you. Knees are bent. I'll go sideways. And your hands go behind your thighs. Shoulders are down. And you're going to lean towards the back of your sit bones. Lift your feet off the mat. Navel in. And you're going to look right through the toes. Right through the middle of the big toes. You can stay like this, or you can reach as if you're going to reach for your pinky toes. Okay, next pose, feet come down. Knees open out to the sides. I'm going to turn to face you again. Some yoga classes call this butterfly pose. It doesn't matter if your feet, I'm going to back up a little. It doesn't matter if your feet are very close to you or very far away. This is another one of those poses that you can experiment with the distance from your pubic bone to your heels and see which works best for you. Okay, remember the hips, shoulder, ears alignment. Go ahead and place your hands on your shins or your knees and zip up tall. Hips, shoulders, ears. Remember the helium balloon? So your head is floating up, up, up towards the ceiling. Chest is lifted, of course. Relax your jaw. And you can even close your eyes. We're just going to observe the breath while being in this posture. Now you're going to start to tip from the hips. So a nice tall spine. I'm going to turn sideways. And you're just going to start to tip forward. You won't go very far, just because your anatomy won't let you normally when you tip from the hips. And then go ahead and round forward. You can bend your elbows a little bit. You can place your elbows on your shins or on the floor if you're very flexible. This is an excellent stretch for your inner groin. Stretch for the connective tissue of the inner thigh and hips. And I want to remind you that you can stay centered so that your nose is in line with your feet. Or you can experiment with kind of rocking like we do sometimes over towards the right. So you stay in the fold, but you just rock over to each side, over to the left. Now we're going to start coming up. So you're going to lengthen the vertebrae as you're in the forward fold and start to sit up tall. And everything I taught you in the standing postures applies here. Hips, shoulders, ears. I want you to bring your knees up. And we're going to repeat the sequence. So boat pose. Navel is in. So you're just engaging your core ever so slightly. And you can even lengthen both legs if you want a more advanced posture. Or no arms. Or you can even hold on to the feet. There's so many variations. Again, you're looking at the big toes. And then feet come down, knees go out, butterfly pose, tall. Something else that's kind of fun you can do here is open your feet like a book. So you gently guide the feet so the soles of the feet face the ceiling. Kind of weird. But healthy for your feet. You can even massage the soles of your feet while you're here. We're going to take it into the forward fold. Last breath or two. When it feels like a good time for you, start to lengthen the spine into a tall seated. Okay, we're going to do a little balancing. So I want you to bring both knees up and then extend your right leg long. Nice. And you're going to twist to your right. Now I'm going to turn so you can see what I'm about to do. You're going to place the hand behind you. Fingers are spread. And we're going to come up into a balancing posture. It's kind of like a side plank. So notice I'm starting to twist my foot, my knee, the long leg. And I'm going to push my hips up away from the floor. You can even reach your arm up towards the ceiling and over your head or over your ear. You start to lower yourself back down, hip goes down. And we're just going to repeat on the other side. So both legs long. Bending the left knee. Twisting to the left. Hand comes behind you. Push yourself up. Again, I think I better turn to face you. Side bend. We're going to hold this pose for about 2 more breaths. And then gently, slowly lowering to the ground. Nice. All right, we're going to take now the right leg out at an angle and bend the left knee in towards the body. Again, the heels lined up with the center line of the body. The heels lined up with the pubic bone. And the right leg is long with the kneecap pointed up. And we're going to side bend. So we're going to slide the right hand down the leg and reach up to the ceiling, over your ear, as if you had to touch the foot. Some of you may be able to touch your toe, but that's not important. It's not like you gain enlightenment if you touch your toe. You're lengthening from your hip to your armpit, from your armpit to your fingers. And now we're going to reach to the ceiling. It helps if you inhale and you use the power of your prana, the power of your breath to come up. Exhale, arm goes down. Taking a breath or two to relax the back, to relax your shoulders. We're going to go forward. So the kneecap up, heel presses away, toes to ceiling, and you're going to walk your hands in front of you. Some of you may want to go down on your elbows, but don't lose the alignment of the knee. Last breath. Hopefully you're getting a nice inner thigh stretch. And as we come up, we're going to grow nice and tall, helium, and twist to your left. So the hand goes to the knee, opposite hand behind you on the floor, turning your head to the left. Now just look for a second, turn your head, and did your knee or leg roll out? Have you lost or have you maintained the integrity of this leg? Have you lost the alignment? Sometimes I talk in fragments. I can't help it. All right, we're going to start to unwind to center. You're going to crisscross both legs just for a second and fold forward. This folding forward is a little counter pose for your lower back. It doesn't matter where your arms are or where your hands are. My hands are on my knees, but you could place your hands on the floor in front of you. Okay. Start to roll yourself up, and we're just going to repeat this sequence. So, now the left leg goes out at an angle. Kneecap up, heel presses away. Right knee's bent, heel lined up with the center line of the body. Slide to the left. Now in this yoga pose, we try to maintain that whole alignment of mountain pose I taught you. Again, this is kind of an intermediate thing to do, and if you're a beginner and this is not coming easily to you, please don't worry about it. I really don't believe there's a right or wrong way to do yoga, believe it or not. After all these years of teaching, I've learned, yeah, alignment is good, but if you're that worried about it, it takes away from the practice. Some days alignment isn't available. Maybe you hurt your ankle. Maybe your lower back hurts. Maybe you have a herniated disc. Last breath. Remember your inhale up. We're going to go forward, keeping the integrity of the long leg. Keep your sit bones heavy. Your left sit bone is anchored, like an anchor of a boat, anchored down into the earth. Or just make it heavy with your awareness. Last breath. Walk the hands in, tall vertebrae. Twisting to your right. Last breath. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose. And breathing comfortably back to center. Crisscross legs or comfortable legs. Namaste. Folding forward one more time to end this section of yoga. Be sure to watch the next assignment in this module to complete the module. See you in the next video.